So, aloha and welcome everybody to the Sagittarius New Moon Distant Reiki Share. I'm so grateful for all of you being present and joining us today live, and those who are joining via recording. I know this is a super busy time with the holidays in America. And so I appreciate those of you who have chosen to be here, and then those who are choosing to be a part of our circle via the recordings. So, just a couple announcements here I'd love to share about that, like we were just talking about before the recording. December 7th, Saturday, I'm teaching astrology basics with Reiki Introduction to the Moon. This is a beginner friendly class, and it's also open to all levels of astrology, all levels of Reiki, and you can learn more about that. I made a YouTube video a little bit about what we will be covering, and there's also a longer course description on my website. On December 30th, there will be the Capricorn new moon distant Reiki share. So definitely feel free and join that. Really exciting. We have a new moon right before the end of the year. So kind of a energy of new beginnings and letting go all at the same time as it happens. I'd also like to let everybody know I'm receiving bookings for all my one-on-one readings and sessions in January 2025. So if you know you want a one-on-one session, you can check that out on my website and see what dates and times are available and work for you. And one last thing I would love to mention is that I will be sending an email out on this later on, but February 2nd through 8th of next year, my very good friends here, they're my soul family, they're my neighbors. Like, I celebrated Thanksgiving with them, absolutely love them. They are hosting a holistic health and wellness retreat here in Hawaii. They have a beautiful venue, and I'm going to be their on-call Reiki practitioner. So everybody who comes to the retreat has a choice of Reiki session, massage, and I think one other experience, and I am the Reiki practitioner on call. So this would be a good opportunity, of course, to have an in-person Reiki session with me, to spend like a really glorious week in Hawaii with just super high vibe, awesome people, and a sacred circle in and of itself. So like I said, I'll send an email sharing more information and details about that if that sounds like something that you've been calling in. Maybe you want to go to Hawaii. Maybe you just want to kind of relax and chill and recalibrate your health for a week. Then this would definitely be a good opportunity to do that. All of my personal offerings, you can find out more and sign up for my email list too if you're not already on that at taylornorrisreiki.com. So, December energy openers, what are we working with? Well, of course, in many locations at the time of recording this, it's still November 30th. We have yet to fully move into the Sagittarius new moon. It's actually happening about 12 hours from now. So what we're in right now, and what we'll talk about a little bit in the moon class, and what we talked about in the aspects class too, we're in the very last waning part of the moon cycle. It's what's called the balsamic moon, which is occurring just prior to the new moon. You could also think of it like the dark of the moon. So it's a very spiritual and mystical, magical, intuitive, third eye open kind of an energy to be in. So perfect time to be tuning into the astrology and doing a Reiki journey together. Just so wonderful. And as I expressed in my video on the new moon, it's conjunct Antares, royal star Antares, and also conjunct the Great Attractor. And we will be working with these energies in the Reiki journey. Very, very powerful and significant. In December 5th, we have Sun conjunct Mercury, or Mercury retrograde, rather, is retrograding and backing into a conjunction with the Sun in Sagittarius. And that's happening at 14 degrees, 27 minutes of Sagittarius. And this is occurring conjunct in a conjunct, a very powerful alignment with the Great Attractor. The Great Attractor is this cosmic anomaly, this cosmic powerhouse of pure, creative, life force energy that really is the origin point. And you could also think of it like the exit point for just a massive part of the known universe, certainly including our galactic supercluster Laniakea, which means immeasurable, immense heaven in Hawaii. It's the source and the exit point for our galactic cluster Laniakea, but also other super clusters of galaxies. So just unimaginably powerful and potent. And with Sun and Mercury together, it's like, whoa, this is our bright mind really coming online. And so there can be intuition and insights and powerful reflections and powerful channelings and messages and communications and inspirations and this feeling of like seeing the bigger picture, how all the different dots are connected, and feeling yourself, your mind really like unifying with the rest of the solar system, certainly the rest of the galaxy, and then even spanning beyond that. It's a beautiful time of this throat and the third eye chakras really opening up, like this image of the cosmic black hole eye that I've chosen to include on this slide. And one other, like, overall energy I'm feeling this December that I've kind of summed up in this statement is this notion of heaven on earth birthing through every moment, and how we can participate in that simply in our intention for heaven on earth, and then also our noticing of heaven on earth. So much of what we do every month at these new moon distant Reiki shares is like we're coming together as a community, empowering and intending heaven on earth in all of our individual, specific, unique, authentic ways. And to just invite in the noticing, invite in, that's kind of like a Mercury component there, invite in the noticing of heaven on earth as you are giving birth to it, as you are around it, as it's emanating from you, but it's also reflecting to you, that you can invite in that noticing of it. And that seems to be a a key to it working better and us, enjoying it more. I've really, this particular Thanksgiving, that's been kind of a teaching that's coming in that we can just intend and notice. And that seems to be part of the process and something we can practice even this month, certainly. Major energy this month is Mars retrograde. Mars stations retrograde December 6th at 6 degrees Leo and 10 minutes. And this is an energy we've already kind of been in the past couple months as Mars has been moving forward through degrees that now it's going to backtrack through. And so it's going to backtrack through Leo and backtrack through Cancer all the way to 17 degrees Cancer on February 23rd. So we have this time when the very outward focused energy of Mars that likes to be clear and direct. And here we go. And this is the action to take. And here's the motivation. And these are the steps. And like on, outward, 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 forward, step by step, direct, in a straight line, linear. This energy now is going inside. It's coming internal and it's going, especially in Cancer, more downward. Downward, not like negative or bad or, anything like that, but just the like elementally thinking about it coming in and going down. And so this is very different way to work with Martian energy. And as it is in Leo, it's very fiery and creative and expressive and can have more of that kind of normal Mars motivation about it, like very solar, very yang. And as Mars changes and re-enters the sign of Cancer January 6th through April 17th when it re-enters Leo, we get this real fluctuation of the Martian energy because it's going to be in the zodiac sign of Cancer, which is ruled and guided by the moon. And the moon is our fastest luminary. She's traveling all the way around our birth charts every 27 to 30 days. She's changing zodiac sign every 3 days. So with the moon in different signs, we can have a very different feeling sense of our own energy levels, of our motivation, of our focus, of where we are directing our energy, our motivation, and our focus. So that's something to know about. And this is the key kind of planetary signatures of this Mars retrograde period I've put on screen with the symbols and with the luminaries here. It feels strongly like the moon energy is very strong, the sun is very strong, and Pluto are very strong. Likewise, the zodiac signs of Cancer, Leo, and Aquarius. Because at two different points during this cycle, January 2nd and April 26th, Mars is going to be opposing Pluto. So really they're like shining the spotlights on one another. And this is where if you know how, you can look for where is 1 degree Leo and 8 minutes, whereas 1 degree Aquarius and 8 minutes in your birth chart. This will be where that first opposition is taking place. And April 26th, the second opposition is occurring at 3 degrees Leo and 48 minutes, 3 degrees Aquarius and 48 minutes. So looking, do you have any planets or points in really the first I would say like 29 degrees Cancer Capricorn to about 5 degrees of Leo Aquarius that we're being activated here by Mars and Pluto, and we certainly as a collective are being activated here. So what does this mean? This is like a very powerful intensification of our soul energy and our soul power rising through our bodies, through our intuitive bodies, through our emotional bodies, through our physical bodies, all parts of ourselves really being infused with those soul power frequencies. So it's a beautiful time to become more aware and in touch with our souls and with in touch with our unconscious, whatever we're needing to be made more conscious of our needs also. And just being like very tender and sensitive to our own emotional bodies and aware that depending on everybody else's level of consciousness who we're interacting with, the emotional trigger ability and that level of sensitivity and like energy fluctuations and soul power or feelings of disempowerment alternatively can be part of the collective human experience. So just being aware that the people we're interacting with are navigating those energies too in a very deep and personal way. And so to just hold that in compassion, and it can help kind of take the charge out of some of what we may experience or witness in our realities. But, for those who are gathered here and listening to the recordings, it's like this is a beautiful time to like really be in touch with your soul and allow it to merge and be made more conscious in the most like personal parts of you, sun and moon, and also wherever Mars is traveling in your chart. So looking at 17 degrees Cancer to about 6 degrees Leo, what astrological house or houses will Mars be traveling through, and do you have any planets or points in that range of degrees here? So Mars is not entering new territory until May 1st. So it's interesting. It's kind of like the first 4 months of the year. It may feel a little bit like we're retracing some steps or things are in some ways going slower, but then we're having other astrological and galactic energies going on that have things going quicker. So this could also be, thinking about it in higher frequency manifestation, allowing us time to integrate and recalibrate at a very emotional level and at a very like physically embodied level as well. So it could be quite helpful for the sense of speed. 'Cause I don't know about y'all, but this last moon cycle was so fast. I was like, we're already getting together and doing another Reiki share. Like, what just happened? The sense of time is just so different. And this could help maybe bring in some of that needing to slow things down when that would actually be nice and advantageous. So that seems like a possible positive to this energy. This slide is showing some of the star alignments here. So Mars will be making conjunct alignments with the stars in Gemini constellation, the twins Castor and Pollux. And I've written in those dates in January and February, and then also in March, it's making those conjunctions. So if you're wanting to connect with the twins, this would be a wonderful time to do so. And the twins are storytellers. The twins are representing duality. So, kind of the lighter, brighter aspects of human consciousness, and then maybe the more shadow oriented, negatively fixated forms of consciousness. And so, these alignments can be a time where we can become more aware of those within ourselves and the stories we tell ourselves. And certainly be invited to go beyond the storylines that we've been telling ourselves, that we've been regurgitating, that we've taken in, that are a part of our conditioning, and seek to write some new stories, and wire some new stories into our brains, into our physical bodies, and detoxify and purify any of those old storylines that just no longer serve our highest good, that have been encoded at that, deep, maybe through the maternal lineage, thinking about Mars and Cancer, through the paternal lineage, thinking about Mars and Leo, and from our conditioning, from our ancestry, all those different layers and levels, from more of our galactic selves, our multidimensional selves as well, that we can kind of detoxify those that need to leave, and then receive inspiration for new stories, and also accessing that sense of peace and love and well-being and bliss and unity, oneness, consciousness, that it's just above any storyline. It sees the stories like passing clouds. you know it's just not going to attach to any of them, but just kind of like observe the beauty and witness the magic and witness the unfoldment, and really not worry about any of it. Like, work with and stream through ones that might be useful, but also be totally content in that pure state of mind as well, and enjoy and value that, and seek refuge there when maybe the collective storylines are just like too much, it's just too noisy, that kind of feeling, if that becomes a part of the experience at any time. There is also a conjunction between Mars and Procyon star and Canis Minor, and this is the little dog here that is on top of this unicorn's back. I just love this constellation, Canis Minor. Every time I see a little dog now, I'm like, Canis Minor, Canis Minor, it's a Procyon dog. And so I invite you to notice that with little dogs, if you can think about Procyon or Canis Minor and have a giggle. That's really fun. But this is a star of power in the material world. It's also a star that rises before Sirius. So there's Sirius, of course, brightest star in our sky, part of Canis Major constellation. So there's a sense of a new dawn rising, a new message arising, a new energy arising. And this is like the hint or the preview. And it's also a star that's related to different opportunities that can come our way, and to make use of those opportunities that come our way, because they can be quite fleeting, they can be ephemeral. So to make use of them when they do arise, say yes to the ones that feel aligned for you. And at a more esoteric level, the star is very connected to the secrets of the earth, the secrets of the cosmos, the secrets of our ancient origins, and the mysteries of creation. So it can be a wonderful, with Mars retrograde aligning here, kind of unlocking of whatever those secrets and mysteries are that have been encoded and stored in your physical body, in your DNA, in your soul's experience. So it can be greater consciousness and greater embodiment of those. And even connecting to beings and energies below the surface of the earth, to the power of the earth, the power of the oceans, what's going on beneath the surface of the waters, too, and the mysteries and the powers that are there. So, beautiful one to explore. Mars retrograde will actually turn direct and shift on February 23rd next year at 17 degrees Cancer. And this is a wider conjunction to Sirius A, so the brightest star in the sky. However, I'm mentioning it because those of you who are here and those of you who are listening are highly sensitive and intuitive individuals, so you may feel this serious frequency strongly and be able to tap into it. And I would certainly encourage you to do so if you're guided to do so, that this could be a time that we feel more connected to that power, that potency, that light, that frequency of miracles and magic, the blue light of Sirius, the white light, the ascended masters, the brothers and sisters of the light, all the ancient mystery keepers of planets that are within Sirius star system. This is just a wonderful time. The goddesses as well, thinking specifically of Isis, memories about Egypt, memories about Atlantis, our ancient human origins, and certainly experiences within Sirius star system as well. So that is very available to us as well, right around that February 23rd time period. So tune into that, and if you feel so guided and called to. A day I wanted to highlight as well, a couple days here. December 6th, Venus will change sign. She's been in Capricorn. She's been serious. She's been earthly. She's been practical. She's been reining us in on Black Friday sales and other things. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. She's been encouraging hard work and practicalities and grounding and embodiment and all of that. But she's changing sign into Aquarius. So this is like the new, the unusual, the bizarre, the galactic, the cosmic, the soul tribe, the community, community relationships, new kinds of creativity, communal creativity, and sharing, galactic and cosmic creativity, humanitarian, and like activist types of creativity and relating here, and manifestation with community. And as she enters Aquarius zodiac sign, this isn't just like, oh, she's changing sign. She's changing sign, and then she's immediately conjoining Pluto newly in Aquarius. So this is our first planet that is coming into alignment with Pluto in this new zodiac sign. So we have this divine feminine, like receiving the Plutonian download, like the full pure Pluto and Aquarius download through Venus on December 7th. And if that's not enough, Neptune is stationing direct on that same day. And that's what I have the chart pulled up here. Neptune is stationing direct at 27 degrees 7 minutes of Pisces zodiac sign. So this is such a powerful day, such a spiritual day, so deep, soul power, soul empowerment. Definitely a good time to be with a group of people of soul family, like-minded family, and community, soul tribe. This is the day I happened to schedule my moon class for. So, for those of you who are going to be a part of that, I was like, wow, this really worked out well. If you're not going to be at that class, finding ways to be in community with people you resonate with. And if you're feeling like, no, I'm really in more of like a hermit space, then honor that too. Spend the day in Reiki journey or shamanic journey or like getting a hypnotic regression session or a reading, or maybe you go out in nature, or maybe you're stargazing or whatever you want to do. It's just such a powerful day of our spiritual connection, Neptune, and really of community, divine feminine manifestation power as well with Venus, who can help us, bring in and receive and reflect and listen, really listening. This is a great day for galactic listening, for cosmic listening, intuitive listening, listening to nature, listening to our souls, our spirits, to the sacred waters, to the planets, to our spiritual guidance. Because even looking at, we're having an earthquake right now. I'm not even kidding. Wow. Just rattled my desk and all of the crystals and various things on the desk. Wow. So the earth power is very much there with us. How incredible. Yeah, the galactic energies are just so powerful on on this particular day, and clearly Hawaii is saying they're powerful every day. Earth is a galactic being. Wow, wow, wow. That's so, so incredible. The moon on this day is conjoining Denebadish, which is just such, it's a shamanic star. It's actually the shaman star connected to the tail of the swan, Cygnus constellation, and a messenger, an ambassador of that heaven on earth consciousness. How do we make heaven on earth more and more physical? And just so many different alignments here that are speaking to that. The sun is with the Great Attractor that day, the South Node with the super galactic center, Mercury with Antares, Venus and Pluto with a lad fire star in Lyra constellation, the galactic vulture connected to the origin of humanoid consciousness in the Milky Way galaxy, Jupiter with Regal, this beautiful star connected to Egypt and Atlantis, and within Orion constellation, bringing in so much protection, but also knowledge and learning. Saturn with Achernar, this beautiful starry river of life, energy, river of peace. Capulus speaking to the power of the earth, but also the power of the divine masculine, Kundalini energies, and thinking too of how much our Mars stationing retrograde just the day prior, we have right starting now at this new moon. It's like that Mars energy is very strong and that Neptune energy is very strong. So I don't know about y'all. I've been like feeling this Neptune stationing direct. It was like all last month. I was just like, Neptune, like all month long. It's been like that. So we may notice even more of the Neptunian, very spiritual, unity bliss consciousness, sensitive, emotional, intuitive, mystical, magical, watery, dreamy type of energy. Really, the first 2 weeks of December, Neptune strong, Mars strong, and just choice galactic energies very strong, black holes very strong, cosmic anomalies very strong, royal star very strong here as well. Then getting into the back half of the month, how to sum that up? The first thing I was noticing was like the elements, really strong elements. The air element coming through strongly on December 14th. We have the full moon in Gemini at 23 degrees, 52 minutes of Gemini zodiac sign. So there is our air. December 15th, Mercury stations direct at 6 degrees, 23 minutes of Sagittarius zodiac sign. There is our fire. Then we have our winter solstice or summer solstice, Capricorn solstice, when the sun enters Capricorn zodiac sign on December 20th. There we have our Earth. Then on Christmas Eve, December 24th, we have Jupiter square Saturn. Jupiter in Gemini, more air. Square Saturn in Pisces, more water. And with Neptune, again, we've already had water very, very activated earlier in the month. But with this Jupiter square Saturn in Pisces, we're having more of that water kind of bookended in the latter part of the month as well. December 29th, Chiron in Aries stations direct, 19 degrees Aries. There we have more fire. And then December 30th, we close out the year with the Capricorn new moon and we have more earth. So it's like all of our elements sparking on. And the words I got were not just like elemental balance, but elemental coherence, finding and inviting in that experience of elemental coherence within our physical bodies, our mental bodies, our emotional bodies, our souls, our spirits, all the different aspects of our life, our connection with the earth, our connection with the planets and the stars, that they're all here ready to co-create with us and through us and express through us. So it's feeling very, very rich in that way. Another key signature here that I'm getting is this notion of spiritual expansion, which is really a good way to sum up all of this, but especially dialing into this December 24th Jupiter square Saturn. These are slower moving planets, so it's an energy we've been in for a few months now that is now coming into another exact alignment at 14 degrees and 1 minute of Gemini, 14 degrees and 1 minute of Pisces. So you want to look and see in your chart, do you have anything around 14 degrees of Gemini and Pisces? Likewise, do you have anything around 14 degrees of Sagittarius and Virgo? Then you will also be feeling this in a more precise, maybe more powerful way. The stars that are involved here, so Jupiter will be opposing Mercury, and Mercury is going to be conjoined with the Great Attractor at the time that it'll be a T square. Then there will be 3 points that are all connected in this very dynamic alignment. Saturn in Pisces will be conjunct Atranar star in Eridanus, this very magical high frequency river of life star. And so we have this time, this moment right before Christmas, that for those who celebrate Christmas, right? But for everybody, this is a holiday. It's like this day is a holiday, whether you celebrate Christmas or not, because of the Jupiter square Saturn aspect. So I invite everybody to tap into the celebratory potential of this particular aspect, because what it is a celebration and an opportunity for radical spiritual expansion here. Jupiter, more of our expanded mind, higher mind, but in the sign of Gemini, it's very detail oriented and like knows all the different little pieces and all the tidbits of information. And it's very like this. It's very much like my hands are, like the fingers, the digits, and the motion and the typing and yeah, like that is opposite Mercury, our lower mind, in the zodiac sign Sagittarius, that's all about our higher mind and our expanded mind. They're in each other's signs. So Jupiter is in a Mercury sign and Mercury is in Jupiter's sign. So they're working together to completely reprogram and recalibrate our mental bodies in alignment with the Great Attractor. So, this intuition, this insight, this seeing the bigger picture, seeing more of the truth, becoming more fully aware and conscious of our own sense of inner truth, belief systems, thought forms that serve our highest good, all of those kinds of things in square to Saturn. It's like, okay, with this new awareness that has the the details mapped out and the bigger picture mapped out and everything is working together. Saturn is like in the T square helping things like focus and hone in and like actualize and embody. And Saturn and Pisces too, increasingly throughout this transit, I've just fallen in love with this energy, Saturn and Pisces. It is, it's part of why I feel like I was feeling Neptune so strongly all in November. It was actually Saturn in Pisces, just this bliss, unity, oneness, kind of enlightenment, very, very peaceful type of consciousness, helping us focus it, helping us channel it, helping us manifest and create forms and structures with it and like mold it down and get it down and, schedule it too. Saturn is related to, it's called often the Lord of Time. Like, how do we schedule it? And also opening to these very expanded senses of time and perceptions of time. And if there's one part of a T square, so it's like three parts of a square are occupied. If you're able to like visualize, square has its four corners. It's like three of the corners are all mapped out by these planets and these stars. There's another corner that is actually the one that's opposite Saturn, and it's in Virgo zodiac sign. So inviting us into that healing space, that grounding space, that practicality space, and that space of very like conscious and tender and organized self-care. Self-care, where are the details? Am I feeding my body? Am I waking up at the right time? Am I going to sleep at the right time? Am I drinking enough water? Like all those little like practicalities of daily life. So that's kind of like where to go if this is all feeling like, whoa, the spiritual expansion energy is feeling like a bit much to handle. The full moon, I will make a separate video on. Sun will be conjunct Razzlehague star in Ophiuchus constellation. This is the healer star. So December 14th, full moon conjunct the healer's star. Beautiful star. One of my favorites. The moon will be opposite conjoining Capella star, very connected to the ancient Mayans, and Orion Nebula. And Orion Nebula is this little star nursery in the sky. Little, it's massive. It's in the direction of Orion constellation. Absolutely huge, absolutely massive. And to the ancient Mayans, this was the igniting and the cosmic furnace, the cosmic fire. It was like the birthplace of creation. So our beautiful moon in alignment with these two stars, very richly steeped in the Mayan culture of the earth, but certainly inviting us to connect with the galactic energies of Ophiuchus, of Auriga constellation, and Orion constellation as well. So more to say on that full moon. I'm loving just like taking that in right there, Razzle Hague, Capella, and Orion Nebula, but really excited to explore even more. The December 29th Chiron stationing direct is also very interesting and powerful. It's happening at 19 degrees of Aries, so definitely check in your chart if you know how to do that. Do you have any planets or points at 19 degrees Aries? Chances are you probably already know if you do, because earlier this year, remember that April 8th total solar eclipse we had was at that degree point. So, whatever may have started, seeded, initiated, sparked, been maybe a seed of intention back in April that perhaps has already delivered some results, since April. There may be even more upwelling, more fruition, more manifestation, more awareness around that, and even more healing if that eclipse, if that even eclipse portal, that time period brought up a lot that was tender and needed a lot of healing, a lot of working through, that this could be maybe a sense of closure, greater awareness, next level, and even deeper healing happening there through that particular alignment. And it's aligned to Tau Ceti star and Cetus constellation. This is the whale. And so bringing in more of the water energies, more of the group consciousness energies, also bringing through the spiritual entrepreneurship energies as well here. So, particularly for those of you who are looking to have spiritual business or offer more of your soul and spirit gifts more on a part-time or full-time basis, or perhaps you are wanting to really make some changes in your career and your vocation so that you're able to spend more and more time doing whatever you're passionate about. Whatever that looks like for you, whether you're a creative person, you're an artistic person, or you like to make certain things, or you're a healer, an intuitive, a reader, all of those different possibilities. Maybe you're wanting to start your own business in something completely different that I'm not mentioning. There's a real power surge with all of that as well. New moon in Capricorn, December 30th, will be aligned to a Lathfire star in Lyra. And that one is also very connected to not only our ancient human origins in Lyra constellation, but I've seen this star very connected to ancient Egypt, to Atlantis, and to the Sphinx in particular. And, not limited to that either. So lots more to explore with that, certainly. So we will be moving into our Reiki journey now, and I just wanted to include the Galactic Chart.com chart showing the star alignments for this particular new moon, so y'all can have a look once again if you want to. I also have some images on screen of possible galactic energies you may feel guided to connect to. There are so many involved here at this particular new moon, and they're so powerful. And it's also, as I always like to say, not limited to what is showing up as an alignment on this particular chart. You can connect and go anywhere you want to go, but these may feel extra easy, extra juicy, extra potent at this time. So we will go ahead and move into that Reiki journey space.
I want to ask you a question. Is it good to do 10 wishes for yourself for the new moon?
If you're guided to do that, you certainly can. Yeah, why not give it a try?
Because I do the Jane Spiller. Have you ever heard of Jane Spiller?
Is she an astrologer?
Yeah,
Jan Spiller. Is
yeah.
that? Yeah. Yes, I have.
Yeah, I have the book New Moon, and she puts all the new moon, and she says do 10 wishes for yourself, not for anyone else, only for yourself, like discipline and responsibility and healing and all that kind of thing.
That's fabulous. Yeah, that sounds like a wonderful activity. New moons are times of new beginnings, so it's a wonderful time to set intentions. Whether it's one word, a phrase, a sentence, a paragraph, if it's 10 wishes like what you're being guided to, it can take any form that anybody's guided to. It's like Reiki your way, astrology your way, intention setting your way. So I love hearing that that's how it's connecting for you, and that's wonderful.